Welcome to LaN against BacT in the Deathmatch World Cup 5 group stage of the qualifiers. And for game 1 we have the Huns for the Spanish player and we have the Slavs for the Vietnamese player. Two stables with Slavs, interesting. So he also wants to go a little bit aggressive on this side. A lot of barracks, big build order, probably advisable against Huns. 5 stables, 8 ranges, so no barracks. Trying to go very aggressive is LaN. Building placement a little bit off here with these 3 ranges, blocking the access to the other ranges. And first villager kill for BacT as the Slavs might get another villager kill here. 2 wills die to BacT scouts, so BacT off to a very good start in game 1. See if BacT builds houses. He does, but after the first production building. So actually, these barracks are a little bit off, but I like BacT's build order more. And building houses now I think is the right time actually. So not super sure about the stables, but he wants to have something that can harass as well. Now the paladins are coming in here, but also the Cavalier forward. They're attacking a range though, so that won't do too much, but that villager falls. 3 villager kills, Slav killing more villagers so far. That's quite impressive from BacT. And the rush on the other hand side, now it's 2 to 4, but yeah, there's 2 from the scout. Both rushes, same effectiveness, still good for the Slav, I would say, but lose another one there. Now it's 4 to 4, and the Cavatchers should be coming forward as well. Where are the Cavatchers? Cavatchers are staying back and trying to defend. They're not the greatest unit to defend. We see a market coming up as well as LaN has already spent all his gold. He's trying to play very aggressive, but without the Cavatchers forward, he will not be able to stop the castles. And this what? No! LaN BacT deletes his TC! Oh my god, we have another qualifier TC delete moment, castle delete moment. Oh, it was going so good for him. He killed 2 with the scout. Now the Cavatchers were there. The villagers are off that castle. And now it's looking really bad. Down to 2 villagers and it doesn't have a TC. Such a good start and then this. Oh my god, is that frustrating. Well, one castle goes up. But yes, the 2 villagers inside. One is inside the castle. The other one's trying to finish this castle. Might even get that up. Now imagine he had a TC. He has 2 castles up. Oh my god. Well, good that I casted this set. Would have missed the historic moment if we wouldn't have. Ooh, yeah. Now that villager isn't even working, one of the 2. And TC will take a while with 1 villager. Oh, that was a great start. And then that flex, if he holds and wins, he can still, right? He slashes. But he's losing way more army there. Han army is building up. 83 to 50 army, good Cavatcher numbers. And not many boyas out there. Population is at least at 115 for deleting the TC. That's not too bad. But BacT is trickling in his Helvetiers. I think he's fighting too much. Should stay around his castles. And these fights will just make sure that he loses the game after. It was a very unfortunate situation a few moments ago. Even trying to raid himself still. 9 to 8 villager kills. But sadly no build production for BacT. And he's making so bad fights here now as well. You can micro better the middle part of your base. Well, he's not microing and he's fighting at the front. Up, there's a TC up. Let's go! BacT has a TC. We'll see a 3rd villager on the field. Yes, but the army is dying. And there is no rams being produced because LaN is kind of out of gold, using the market quite heavily. He does have a trebuchet though. But taking this way slower. But now these guys will... There's an ambulance once again. Sorry for that. Will make the will count stay low. This is the only 2 TCs up. He's trying to get siege. Didn't have a single siege weapon out until now because, well, no villagers to build the workshops. And now the Rams and the trebuchets are there. Actually, trebuchets for BacT, but I don't think defensive trebuchets work that well, especially against Hunt trebuchets who are more accurate. So Shrimp War, advantage LaN as well, but I think it's better to just fire at the castle. LaN needs more Rams, is producing from the forward workshops. I do like the forward workshops. BacT clearing up that little side army over here, but still only at 9 villagers now. Finally some SO are coming out. If he wouldn't have wasted that much in the middle, I think he might have even been able to hold. Until he finally gets an eco, but there's already 40 villagers all on, mostly on the main gold for LaN. So LaN is going pretty all out. It's adding now a little bit of farming economy, but its resources are still looking quite fine. And even though SO are coming now, Hussar not too sure. Hussars with 3 farms usually a mistake. And BacT calls the GG. What an unfortunate game 1 for BacT. Deletes his starting TC. After a really good start for him. 2 early villager kills on LaN with the Slav Hussar. Yeah, but then very, very unfortunate situation there. Why would he call it now? Because there's Rams and enough army to kill all his siege over here. Still has this. He has 5 traps, equal military, and 90 helps in queue. True, but yeah, kind of. There's no production from LaN, but LaN could still produce cav archers. But yeah, I don't know why he isn't queuing them. And there's no economy for BacT, right? I think he's still very behind. But yeah, he has a huge queue, that's true. But then he's out of resources. And he won't have an economy by that point. Heavy market usage by LaN. And all on gold economy. That's the market. And that's the eco then. The jumps are always the market, right? And yeah, population, villager population very, very low. You don't have town centers. So Hans, this is super funky, man. Taking the W over the Slavs. And that means we go to one of the home maps of Mr. BacT now, who lost his Slav picks early. And that would be either Kazakhstan or Lowland. So let's see. Lowland, probably Mongols for BacT. And what do you pick if you're LaN? It is Lowland, but it's actually no Mongols in there. But I think LaN was expecting Mongols. Because we do see LaN picking Saracens, which is quite good against Mongols. Hey, yo, Mr. Hazy, what's going on? And we have Koreans for BacT. Who is starting 6 barracks, 5 archery ranges. Korean CA, let's go. And 4, 6. So also archery ranges are way better cav archers for the Saracens on the other side. And I don't know why the music's still on. Let's change that. We do see Cavachers here. It's Arbalist actually from the Korean, so I think that's more of an RMR thought. People argue for Arbalist at the start with Koreans, but I don't really know on lowland, right? The start isn't that important. I guess it's important for relic control. Maybe ARP can help with that, but I think that's too many archery ranges, and war wagons and siege ranges are usually better. And don't see any workshops coming up from BacT. Camels also won't do too much here, but Saracens only getting knights, so, and have very strong camels, so you don't really want to go into knights, I assume. Cavachers could potentially snipe a lot of villagers here. So far, no villagers have fallen in this game, so way less than in the last one. As the defense from BacT is looking quite solid. Let's see if his TC stays up. Predictions are up, by the way, if you want to bet. Please only bet if you don't know the result. Market as well for LaN once again, and he's looking to get some early relics. Castles on the hill, I like it. This castle is also pretty far away from the hilltop, so allowing for control without being trapped down from the opponent's hill. See what the Cavachers can do. 2 villagers have fallen, but quickly getting surrounded over here. Cavachers from the sides can be more useful than from the front, trying to stop that castle. Didn't really work out. BacT, very expensive composition with Av and War Wagon, and still no siege ranges on the field, but the first workshops are being constructed. As LaN is trying to take the map quicker. Not really big fan of these castles. They can get trapped down really easily from over here. So it feels like wasting 2 castles. Especially because this doesn't get built, and Arbalest kind of counter everything Saracens are making right now. I mean, I won't really counter to CA in DM, but yeah, no siege out yet. If siege out just come out, up will be way less useful. But no parties going early on the SO, a bit surprisingly. Monks are on their way for LaN, so LaN is looking to take some relics here as the fights mainly concentrate on the middle, and LaN how did the monk come from? What is that monk doing? How is it coming from this side, and why is it not taking the relic on the way? There's another monk taking this relic. Okay, he wants to take it with this monk, not with this monk, though that monk was right next to it. And fights seem to be shifting more in LaN's favor here, as no Korean SO have been arrived really. Probably headed one in the north that got snagged by BacT. Yep, probably one is in for BacT. Korean tower protecting the monasteries. And now with the war wagons, BacT is fighting this back. This castle will go up, but still can be trapped from the hill. And siege runs between the lines are useful a lot of times when there's that many SO around. Well, actually, the siege run got an SO kill, so not too shabby. Even outwards TCs here, LaN trying to establish map control. Both have 1 relic right now, still the relic in the middle, and this relic was very close! BacT's monk also next to it, and LaN snags it from under the nose. The middle relic is still there. I think the other relics are on the way back somewhere. That monk is too late to the party. LaN already got that one. And the middle relic has been snagged by LaN as well. Word web generation. Which word? Oh, you're talking about Stargate Atlantis, right? Weir was the commander there. Yes, totally incentivizing to chat what I'm doing here. Massive amount of traps out, and as I predicted, that castle fell pretty quickly. Bombard cannons now out. We have more range on the SO for the Korean, so I can see why the Saracen might want to add bombard cannons in to have the range advantage once again. Koreans could do that as well, though. Don't really need it too much with their Korean SO, though. And now massive push out here. Again, early Hussar from LaN. He really likes his early Hussars, apparently. Hi, Race Freak. What's up? Did you finally adopt the raccoon as your logo animal? Finally. I made one joke about that, but I would love you to do it. The castle falls as well. LaN is quickly losing map control. Korean Deathball, quite nice. And even though it is with Arbalest, it is, I mean, with War Wagons as well, with Halberdiers, and with a lot of siege. And it does look like LaN doesn't really find an answer. LaN not really using his mobility all around. Towers being built all around the map by BacT. So BacT playing this really nicely. Did only get 2 relics, his lane got 3, but ooh, that might be mighty bada booms on the cavalry archers. 15 traps, yeah, Koreans is like the only civ that can actually kind of do that. I feel like if you have SO and enough units around, and there's a massive Deathball army by BacT for over 100 units. So that is not looking shabby at all. And even fighting uphill, and LaN calls it. Imagine he said GG after seeing I can't stop that Deathball. 1-1. BacT takes game 2. Towers were getting all map control, and I think he didn't feel like he could stop this ever. Maybe Mamelukes would have been nice, but also a problem for Mamelukes as well. LaN actually with a better KD, but that's a lot of halberdiers in the mix there. And also with a better economy, a lot of market usage by LaN once again, directly selling for 3.8k at the start. After his initial build order. It was a nice late market, but he wasn't able to stop this and not really able to use the initial map control to deny. You wouldn't need to deny wood economy here, right? So we had Saracens taking a loss against the Koreans with the surprise pick there. I think LaN was expecting Mongols from BacT. Therefore, LaN wins his home map on lowland, and we either go to Prairie or Haboob now. So we might see some Goths, which would be a mistake. Haboob? LaN doesn't really have a Haboob civ left, no? Maybe Khmer? I don't know. LaN's draft now is looking quite odd, actually. And Haboob BacT could go Bohemians. That should do fine against everything, I feel. Maybe not so much against Magyars. So Magyars against Bohemians could be the counter pick there. And if it's Prairie, I expect Magyars as well. But probably against something like Bulgarians, maybe. But that would also be a bad matchup for BacT. Doesn't really have a good civ for Prairie, I feel. So I think right now it's easier for LaN to go Prairie, but let's see what he did. And it is Haboob, and not the civs I talked about. Because we have Spanish against Bulgarians for game 3 on Haboob. Spanish have a good strong start, so I can see that Bulgarians without treadmill crane really need to get their crab posts up. BacT 4 barracks, 4 crab posts. Something that I do a lot as well, and it was wrong in my set against Cortical to do that with the Japanese. But it's somewhat a standard thing for them to do, and then siege workshops after that. No will kill over here from the Spanish Hussar. The Bulgarians have a stronger Hussar, but Spanish have stronger villagers, so I don't expect too much to happen over here. And BacT quick walling like a madman, but that's slowing his will production and his building production by quite a lot. And against Spanish, who build faster, not the biggest fan of that many quick walls. So that giving him a lot of villager idle time. Crab host, the fast crab host only at 30%, and that villager is not walled in. Like, that villager should be the one walled in, and now that paladin is getting 2 villager kills over here. And it looks like LaN might be able to stop all the crab hosts, has champion and paladin combination out, and the champions couldn't mop up their halberdiers, the paladins can mop up the villagers. This is looking very, very good for LaN. Again, idle time in the TC for BacT. Really needs to get one crab post up. But the villagers are getting attacked once again. And when the champions come in, the halberdiers will not be able to save them. Only 3 barracks are producing and housed at 25 pop. I am afraid, but game 3 is a really quick one. I mean, maybe if the crab post goes up, but no, he calls it. This is very over. 0 villagers left for BacT, and the quick win that LaN wanted when he drafted those civs. Probably very quick set so far. No long game yet, and 2-1 for LaN with the Spanish against Bulgarians. I feel like the stronger halberdiers from Bohemians could have done more here. Bohemian Spanish is a 50-50 matchup. I think maybe even favoring Bohemians a bit if they can survive the start. I would definitely favor Bohemians if they survive the start, I think. But Spanish have the strong start. But yeah, we didn't see the Bohemians. And now we are going to go to both won their home maps. So to Kazakhstan. So what do you think, guys? Which civs should they and will they pick on Kazakhstan? Well, no guesses. Then we're just gonna look at it. You have no clue? You like none for Kazakhstan? I think Bohemians could be alright. Like, just survive, then push back the hill through the middle. And Lances? Oof, I don't know. And Mongols... BacT civs are kind of, I think Ethiopians are probably too slow, but Mongols and Bohemians could both be good, I feel. And LaN has to go Magias, but he kind of wants that for Prairie, maybe. Khmer and Goths, I just don't like them. But let's see, maybe they're gonna show us otherwise. It is Goths versus Bohemians. Why did no one pick Gujaras? Good question. And we do see yet another Goth pick. I don't know if they won a game in the tournament yet. I don't remember casting a game that Goths actually won. Let's see what LaN can do with them. And it is indeed Bohemians for BacT. So hi Tourfox, and correct prediction by Lord Tourfox. We have 1 barracks into a lot of ranges from BacT. Ooh, that could die to Huskarls, no? I expect like 7 barracks. Okay, the very maximum, and I don't know if you can even Q7. And we do start with Huskarls, so LaN is looking to rush. And I'm a bit doubtful if 1 barracks will be enough. What? Halberdiers? Why? You're against Goths. Why are you making Halberdiers BacT? I'm fine, besides the fact that the Bohemian player who's playing against Goths is making Halberdiers. Hand cannons, okay. Yeah, that could work, I guess. But I don't understand the Halberdiers at all. Like, there's no stable here. And Goss probably won't make a stable, and he knows that this is a rack start, obviously, kind of. Siege workshop, so Haufnitzer already. Haufnitzer already. Could have mixed in a few Scorpions, but I actually don't know if Bohemians get heavy stuff. Helps for the Hussar? Yeah, but like 1 Halberdier for the Hussar, right? Not 15. Hi Stone, please. How are you doing? 1 help for the Scout and then Champs. Yeah, that's what I would have done. Yeah. Like, I'm obviously not raging about you make 1 Halberdier. You always make 1 Halberdier for the Scout. If you're not playing against Mezzo. But yeah, so far Rush doesn't have done too much to him. Actually 1-1 eco KD. So the scout got something for BacT. And he has a lot of hand cannoneers on the field. So far not taking enough that much damage. Castle going up there. We need something from LaN to, to stop that castle. It is just Huskarls. Well, other infantry units are even worse against hand cannons. So I understand he's staying with Huskarls. But LaN would need some siege of his own. He is trying to take the middle and the relics there, and spreading out the Huskarls everywhere will mop up these guys and encircle BacT in a little space. But the Bohemians only need to get their one death ball up. Has already spent through his gold. They'll probably start selling food. If LaN hasn't marketed already. Probably LaN has marketed already. No, he has not. Working on some TCs now, but still at his initial army. And masses of Goth army flooding forward. Woohoo, nice shots by the Hufnitze. Hufnitze also taking down Huskarls even. And the problem is, LaN is getting a good surround everywhere with the Huskarls. And the hand cannons are not too high in numbers actually. Only around the base. Second castle is going up, will help a little bit, but castles don't have too much against Huskarls. And BacT needs to kind of push out soon. Getting your ass kicked on RM feels bad. Did you return to AV2? You were playing AV4 for quite a bit, no? I think I saw you reaching very high levels on AV4. Well, the hand cannons are melting, man, to those cards. Hook shots are better than I thought. Stopped AV4. Welcome back to AV2. Sadly, not in time to play this World Cup. Right? Went far in the last one. Trying to get good on AV2. Good luck with that. And yeah, Siege is out now. So it looks like LaN is actually somewhat in control. It still has 0 farmers as the a Goth player, but he's adding quite some farms, has laid down the most beautiful farms of the World Cup. But it just needs farms, and he's collected 4 of the 5 relic, will get the 5th as well. And the Huskarl army is doing quite fine against the Halberdier Hufnitze composition. With the Onagers, and all that cat is going down, and that's the Hufnitze as well. I think that's the GG and the win for LaN in the set. Full Huskarl did work out, and Goths actually trying to getting their first victory that I'm casting. Haven't casted all the like 80 players in the group stage, right? All the sets, but don't remember seeing a Goth victory actually. So first Goth victory of the tournament is looking like it's closing out the set for LaN, killing a little bit of its own Huskarls here with the Onager, but the traps are on there. 5 military for BacT. BacT calls the GG. LaN takes the 3-1 victory in the next to last set of the group stage of Deathmatch World Cup 5, thereby winning Group I, securing himself one of the top 16 seeds in the decider bracket. Relegating BacT to the second part of the seeding for the deciders, both advancing in Group I, but LaN as the group winner with a Goth victory. Out of all champions, really would have helped the Bohemian player here, I feel. The only hand cannon thing didn't really work out. Did not have a front line against the Huskarls. If he just had like 20 champions always in front of those hand cannons, I think could have gone way better for the Bohemian player. But nice swarm around. Even a forward TC. LaN tricks. Houses, Siege Shop, and a TC in his forward side base. That's kind of nice. Would have loved to see a game 5 if BacT don't delete his TC. Yeah, true. The game 1 looked really good for BacT until he deleted his TC. And then we would have had a game 5. Sadly we don't. LaN got lucky and played the other games better. And arguably draft better maybe? Well, the drafts were kind of even. Both a bit odd. But yeah, that concludes the cast for today.